I'm surprised to see you here.
The same to you. I didn't know Lily had rodents in the house.
Well, that would be your fault, I suppose. You are the architect of this lovely home.
You know, it's a shame to see that Lily is redecorating. I picked up all of the furniture myself. I wish she would tell me where she's keeping it.
Wait, you think all of this is just Lily redecorating?
It's not the right time for a house party with nowhere for the guests to sit. Well, perhaps we're supposed to jump in the pool. I'll have to ask her the activity when she gets here. It was nice of her to bring out my model work, though, and set around pictures of the house. This is very fine paper. There's a picture of every room in the house on this card. Lily always liked to show off.
Lily didn't make those cards.
Oh, of course not. She's an actress. She's much too busy for such trifles.
Did you happen to notice that those cards had my name on the bottom? Tom Constructi.
I know who you are. Tom. This is fine advertising. This business is so slow that you have to hand out cards at a party.
This is an open house.
I can see that. The furniture has been removed. Perhaps Lily is giving this room charades.
Lily doesn't live here anymore.
Of course not. She lives many places. New York, Rio, London. She's a woman with wings.
Indeed. She also lives in Los Angeles, just 20 miles from here.
What do you mean 20 miles? The yard is not that big.
I mean, this house is for sale.
Sale? What an absurd thing to say. Lily would never sell this house.
But she did.
But she can't. I built it for her. It's one of her most prized possessions. It's the only thing that she owns that's worth more than lint.
Well, if you call 500 grand lint, I'd have to agree with you. I've been dragging around this dump for 92 days. I never should have agreed to it. I should be selling mansions in the Calabasas.
I'm sure someone will swipe it up right away. Don't worry.
After 92 days, it's minced roadkill. There may as well be maggots in the floorboards.
Nonsense! The Capulan House makes Buckingham Palace look like a Motel 6. You know, they keep a model of it at the Guggenheim. They keep the original plans in a glass case under high security.
This place we got it by squatters. It's been here so long.
I just can't believe Lily would move out. I can't fathom the circumstances. I built this house for her. A diamond house for a diamond girl.
Using a diamond? Market sees a square-shaped lump of gold.
I made it for her when she was in the height of her career. She had just won Best Actress at 30. She was up in the stars, and she wanted a house that would put her on top of the world. And do you know where it put me, Tom? On the cover of Architectural Digest. They call me the father of modern architecture. In Mecca, people are drawn to the Kaaba. In Los Angeles, the Capulets.
Let me see that.
Just look here.
Did you steal this from recycling? This is from 30 years ago. It should be remade into a book or something by now. Something people actually read.
It's a magazine, Tom. You're supposed to look at the pictures. I want to look at this picture of me in the Capulan House. Oh, and there's Lily. What a beauty. You know she's so famous, she has to wear a disguise whenever she goes out, or else people are knocking her out for photographs.
Lily is old now, Reuben. You are old, and this house is dated.
This house is one of my most famous houses. It's a classic.
It should be buried by now.
Tom, they will never bury the Parthenon of Los Angeles.
Nobody is going to buy this place. If I'm lucky, a builder will come along for the lot.
I'm sure someone will come along and give it a few renovations. It could use a little polish. But no one would ever sell it. It is built by the famous Reuben Wolf.
Got anything new coming along? I haven't heard your name floating around in, gosh, it must be ages.
I've got a few ongoing projects I've been sketching.
Sketching? What about selling?
Well, I'm very particular about who I sell my designs to.
Really? Well, it's unlike you to stay out of the spotlight. Unless, of course, you can't get in it because it's shining on somebody else.
I want my houses to be special, Tom. If they were everywhere, then I might as well be at McDonald's. I release a very small amount at a time. And
Stop the fast food thing, Ruben. In reality, we do fast business. You have no business. You don't think I remember you coming to me?
That was before I realized you had bad taste.
That's how I toned you down. A deal is a deal. I don't want to change architecture. I just want to make money. You don't think I see your other houses going up for sale all around town?
There are others for sale.
Yes, and I would buy them, but nobody wants to buy them. I'm only stuck with this one because I owe a favor to a friend.
Listen, Tom, the way I see it, this open house is a rare opportunity for people to experience a new way of life. I want to build houses that cure people of their neurosis. I want to build better lives. I take great responsibility as an architect that I'm the master of someone's fate.
What about your fate? Where are you living?
I'm an architect. I live everywhere.
I saw you camping out in your car this morning.
Well, you know when the idea strikes.
Reuben, you have to make a living. Listen, I have this friend who's looking to make something big. We've got this big land and we're planning to create a community, but in this community, all the houses are the same.
There's this place in the Soviet Union. It sounds terrible.
No, it's San Fernando Valley. We need an architect, but we want something regular, not anything for anybody's neuroses.
No, I cannot do that, Tom. It is creative treason. You cannot allow people to live in boring houses. They will lead boring lives. They will be unhappy.
Well, do you have another option? Because nobody seems to want to live in your boxes.
The humans who live in my houses are very happy. They live extraordinary lives because of me.
Are you saying Lily isn't happy right now living somewhere else?
No, she is not. Tell me where these other houses are that are for sale.
What are you planning on doing?
Well, I always visit the humans living in my houses. We are family, people and architects.
Well, for some reason, people don't feel that way about realtors. Or builders, for that matter.
You are slimy little people.
You architects, you make big promises, and us realtors and builders, we have to deliver. But we can never deliver something that you promised.
What can I say? It is hard for ordinary people to be receptive of greatness.
That must be what happened to the McKinney house.
The McKinney house.
Oh, you don't know, do you?
There is nothing I do not know.
So you are aware it was torn down?
Is this some kind of sick joke to you, talking about my work being destroyed?
It's not talk. It's been done. The house is gone.
No, but I just drove past it only a couple of
3 years ago.
God! What is it with these terrorists? This country is a disgrace! This would have never happened if I had stayed in Europe. They let in people with bombs, and they destroy a good man's work.
It wasn't terrorists, Ruben.
Then it must be a hate crime. Who out there is against me?
It wasn't a crime either. It was perfectly legal. The house had been sitting there for years, so somebody bought the land and then...
And then what happened to my McKinney house?
They bulldozed it.
That is it. I must go visit the land and pay my respects. And then I will buy up all the land around it. And I will buy the builders' land, and their families' land, and their children's land, and their children's children's land. They have turned my land into a graveyard, and they must pay.
If you call condos a graveyard...
Condos! Someone choked my house with a condominium!
They're nice condos.
God, this country is dying, Tom. All of the great architects are dead. And there is no one left but me. They used to have stained glass, rose windows, festoons and spires, finials and cupolas. Now they are all flat with no features. They are hideous.
Aren't your houses black cubes with no features?
My work is unique. Most architects steal from other cultures. They copy the pointed roofs of Norway with their sharp slants. Nobody needs those in Los Angeles.
So, in this planned community I was talking about, we want the pointy roofs.
No pointy roofs for you! It is up to me, and only me, to save the fate of architecture. The fate of the people. The fate of the world!
Okay. Anyway, I think we're about all done with the open house for today.
Tom, do you promise you will sell my house?
If I can, I will.
I need you to give me the addresses of my other houses that are for sale.
You're not planning on stalking them, are you?
No. These people need medical attention. They're unhappy, which means there's something wrong with the way they're living in my houses.
I didn't see you come in here with a white lab coat. You're just an architect.
Exactly. Which is why I must show them how to live. If I do not, then my houses will die. To keep them alive, the people must still live there.
They'll be resurrected as condos.
There will be no more condos in Los Angeles. Give me the addresses.
Okay. Well, you got one in Holby Hills, the other in Sherman Oaks, and the last one in Echo Park.
And Tom, I hope you never sell one of my houses again.
Hey, Anita. What would be a good name for a space alien? You know, like how you came up with the name for your restaurant, the Juicy Cactus? Don't you think the name ever puts people off? I mean, they look at the name of it and they're like, whoa, what is that place? Why is it juicy? Anita! Anita!
What?
I was talking to you.
I was sleeping. You know I don't talk in my sleep.
No, but you snore like a hog.
Give me a break. I was up late last night trying to whip up a new recipe for the restaurant.
Girl, I hope it's those jalapenos that are making you so spicy.
I've run a business. It's what pays for that couch you were just sitting on.
What couch? All I see is a hole in the floor.
That happens to be a conversation pit. It's vintage from the 1970s.
Why do we need that? We don't talk to each other. You only look my way when Tommy boys here. And only then you say stuff about the cell in the house.
Who's Tommy?
Tom Tompkins, or whatever that man's name is. All I'm saying is that you're in the kitchen all day, and I have to be in here writing my novel. I have to come in here and sit on this uncomfortable concrete because you got this weird floor couch in here that we don't even need because we don't talk to each other.
Fine. I'll take a break. But if I do, you don't talk about your book, and I won't talk about the restaurant.
What's wrong with me talking about my book? What else do I have going on?
I don't know, maybe the law firm you work at? I'm pretty sure writing a book isn't what your boss means by working from home.
Don't talk about my job.
So we agree. We won't talk about it.
Why are you in the conversation bit? I don't want to talk to you. What are you coming over here for? I don't want to sit by you.
Really?
Is there something you have to say to me?
You know, I don't like it when you sit on the counter. It's where the food is.
Where else am I going to go in this place? It's too small. I can't go anywhere in this box. I can't even take a shower without worrying someone will see me through the big window walls. I can wear high heels because my head hits the ceiling.
I get it. You don't like the house. But we're moving in 2 months. Can't you just get over it?
But you don't mind any of that. The reason you don't like this house is because it has me in it.
Paige, you know that's not true. I asked you to move in here.
You asked me to move in here, not there. Wherever there is.
Paige, can you just come sit in the conversation pit, please? I want to make this relationship work. If you do too, you'll come sit, please?
are we going to live?
I don't know.
I said we. What do we think? We don't like this house.
You don't like this house.
Welcome to my very own Vaquero house.
Excuse me, what are you people doing here?
Here you will find Los Angeles restaurateur Anita Vaquero of the Juicy Cactus. Now, the Vaquero house is one of my later pieces, located in Sherman Oaks.
Excuse me, y'all are not allowed to be in here. This is a private residence!
Of everything around it, with the floor and the ceiling windows. Now, you will notice that the ceilings are very, very, very low. This was designed particularly with Anita in mind. She's a very small woman, so the house was scaled down to her size. Next, you will follow me to the master bedroom. What? I'm sorry, I meant primary bedroom. Don't cancel me. Okay, that's all I'm doing.
Someone put our house on the star map? I thought I blurred it out online.
No, that's just Reuben. The architect, he comes and visits sometimes.
You could have told me, I was startled there.
I didn't know he was coming. He has a key and he just never tells me when he's gonna come, so I can't turn him away.
We can get the locks changed and call the police if it leaks.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Some old guy just broke into our house and picked up almost everyone off Santa Monica Pier, and you're not going to do anything about it.
He's the architect. This is his art. He has a right to be here whenever he likes. It's always been that way. It's unspoken.
You're a chef, and I don't see you picking food off people's plates. Anita, this is weird. We live here. This is our private house, not Long Beach. There's enough tourists right now in our bedroom to fill the Tower of Terror.
They won't be here long, H. You just wanted to say something about how you were feeling?
Okay, right now, I feel that our relationship contains every person in Sherman Oaks. To be honest, it's a little crowded. I feel that I want all of them out of here. Hey you! Yeah, that's right. You guys wanted to see Jeff Goldblum's house? Yeah, Jurassic Park is that way! Outside, all of you, now!
Jeff Goldblum doesn't live by us.
Where's Ruben? I can't find him.
What do you mean he wasn't in the bedroom?
No, this house only has one other room besides the living room. I don't know what it can be.
Did you check the bathroom?
I'll be right back.
Where we are going?
It's where I'm going? You're in my house!
And who are you? Anita, good to see you. How are you? How is your restaurant?
I'm good. The restaurant's doing great. It's, yeah.
That is fantastic. You're the owner of the Juicy Cactus, correct?
Yeah. Have you been?
So many times. It is the best mezcal in all of Los Angeles. A truly spectacular establishment. You know, when you first told me you had a business called the Juicy Cactus, I was like, whoa, what does this mean? I thought it meant something completely different. I never would have guessed. But I guess that is part of the charm. That you walk in and you say, oh, this place is for Mexican food.
So, did you just happen to be in the neighborhood?
Of course, I always love to visit the humans living in my houses.
Your house, huh?
I'm sorry, have we met?
Reuben, this is Paige, my girlfriend. Paige, this is Reuben. He's a genius architect.
Genius, you're too kind, Anita. The house looks different. Did you paint?
What makes you think that?
Well, the walls used to be all white, now they're red. Why would you do that?
I like red. It reminds me of my restaurant.
I painted them myself.
Why did you paint them?
I don't like off-white. It looked all old and dated. Now it looks brighter in here.
You think that I, the Reuben Wolf, don't know what is inside? You think that the world's greatest architect does not know the right paints to use? I built the outside and designed the inside for a reason. You insulted my taste. You who knows nothing of architecture.
Paige didn't mean to offend you, Reuben.
I said what I said.
The house looks off.
It's red. Anita likes it. It reminds her of her culture. Right, Anita?
Not to worry, I'll call in a painter to fix it.
If that's what you think we should do. How could you dismiss Anita's culture like that? Red is really popular in Mexican art. We are not paying for you to switch the paint color.
You! What is it that you think you are going to do?
I'm a lawyer.
Do you want some sort of trophy?
Anita likes red. Why are you against Mexican culture?
I am not against Mexican culture. Architecture transcends culture. What is it with you young people always trying to get me canceled? This place has been completely Instagrammed.
What are you doing?
This picture does not match the style of the house. It will have to go.
This is me and my girlfriend at the beach. It's our family picture. It stays.
God, as I said, this place has been Instagrammed.
It stays.
Reuben, I'm so sorry. Paige isn't feeling well today. Do you want something to drink or eat?
No. No, thank you. You know, I never realized you lived with someone you knew.
Paige and I have been together since college. We met at UC Davis.
How quaint. I'll be sad to see you go.
Go?
You're moving out of the house.
Oh.
It's been a long time since... Listen, I know breakups are difficult.
What makes you think we're breaking up?
I'm sorry, Paige. If I had known you were going to be living here, I would have built this house much differently. I made it with only Anita in mind. You're much taller than she is. It must be uncomfortable living in a house that wasn't made for you. If I had known, I would have made the ceilings much higher.
Yeah, that. And I don't like the dent in the floor.
The dent? Oh, you mean the conversation pit? I designed it specifically for Anita. I've come to know her as a social butterfly. Only she could get such use out of it. How do people like it?
I don't like it.
Parties, you must have it. It strengthens the bonds at social gatherings, does it not?
It's designed to keep people out, is what it's for.
What makes you feel this way, Paige?
If you're at a party and you're in the conversation, that you can be stuck talking to somebody you don't like. And there's so many people around you, you can't get out. You want to stay there because it's fun. But you start talking and no one pays attention to you, so you just, I don't know.
Why do you keep saying you as if you were talking about me? I asked about you specifically.
I feel stuck inside of it.
Are we still on the subject of the conversation?
I'm sorry, I'm really busy. I should be writing right now. Hey,
Ugh. What a bore that one is. Do you have parties often?
No, never.
What is this large portrait? It offsets the balance of the room, no?
That's a picture of everyone in my family.
Perhaps we should place it elsewhere. I have the perfect modern art piece for this space. What did you do with it?
It's in the closet.
You do not like this piece?
No, it just reminds me of something they put in Sheraton to make it feel anonymous.
Well, surely you are not anonymous. You're a restaurateur. You must be popular with the Angelinos.
No, I used to have a lot of friends in college, but then I met Paige.
Well, we should get you back out there again. Or should I say, get everyone back in here. You need to have friendships, Anita. It is what vitalizes and strengthens your soul. This house, it has a soul and it's much healthier with lots of people inside it.
I don't know. I haven't had people in here since we did this pig party thing with Paige's law firm.
No. There will be no lawyers at this party. I have some very interesting friends in here. Movie models, hedge fund managers, ambassadors. Some of the most powerful people in all the world. And at this party, you can serve food from the juicy cactus. You will give a chance for some of the most influential people in LA to try your food. And where better to have a party than right here in the Vaquero house? I designed it specifically for entertainment.
I mean, I do want to increase business.
What a brilliant idea, Anita! I'll start sending some emails.
Wait, I don't know how fast I can get the food here.
You have a whole restaurant to help you? Many chefs, yes?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I'll call them. Hey, I'd like some food catered to the house. Yes, bring all the specials. Thank you. Paige! We're having a party.
I know, I heard everything.
Reuben is making some calls and...
Yes, I understand everything. Reuben wasn't just in the neighborhood.
Los Angeles is just one big neighborhood.
Uh-huh. You're here because we're selling the house. You don't like that.
The house is yours. You can do whatever you want with it.
You're trying to get us to have a big party here because you made this as a party house. I heard you. You're all like, this house has a soul. It needs to be vitalized with people in it. This house doesn't have a soul. It's just some big empty mirror. All these windows everywhere having me feel like I'm watched all the time. And it's you. You're always watching, creeping around.
You Angelinos make too many movies. You make me sound like a ghost or something scary. It's hilarious, really.
I don't want to live in this place any longer. It's haunted. Haunted by you.
Ooh.
God. I'm not having any more of this. Right, Anita?
Paige, it's just one party. It's not that big of a deal.
That's it. We're not the same anymore. Ever since you moved into this place, you've become so distant.
Paige, we were never the same.
I can finally breathe. Paige was sucking out all the air. Come on, we have a party to plan. Hey, what does it matter?
I don't know if I can do this.
Of course you can. Everybody can party. It's easy. Even the Vikings did it. Some people just need a little more to drink.
How did you design this house for me?
How? How did I design it for you? Well, creative genius is hard to explain. It's kind of like what you call the Big Bang.
No, you said this house was created exactly for me.
This house is you.
But how do you know me?
You're not very hard to figure out.
But you never met me till after the building was finished.
Does this house not remind you of yourself? Do you not see yourself when you look at the walls and the floor and up at the ceiling?
I see myself in the walls you made entirely out of glass. It's a literal reflection, but in everything else, I see you.
Ah, of course. I'm everywhere in my work. That is the power of the architect. The architect is always there, forever. From the moment you are first born, there's an architect in the plans of the hospital, in the walls of the house where you first grew up. To the moment you die, there's an architect in the mausoleums. The architect is always there.
Yes, but how am I here? How is the house a reflection of me?
Anita, I've sensed since I walked through that door that you are unhappy. Have I observed incorrectly?
Well, Paige and I just broke up, but things have been off for a really long time.
Exactly. Things have been off the moment you switched the pink color from off-white to red.
Well, that is when Paige officially moved in, but before that I lived alone. And it was always really lonely.
And it's because you have not been living in this house the right way. You do not invite your friends into it, and it has crippled its soul. This house was made to entertain. You are supposed to entertain. You're a restaurateur.
No. I'm not.
Of course you are.
I I have to move, Reuben.
You cannot leave this house. If you do, it'll die.
It's a building. I don't think that's possible. I think you should go.
I cannot leave. You said you were alone. Let's talk things out.
I will talk things out. With Paige.
Not with Paige, with me. Anita, you are miserable. You are unhappy. This house has failed you. It is all my fault.
No, it has nothing to do with you.
You're right. It's Paige's fault.
No. It's mine. I have some things to sort out.
Tom Tompkins was right. I really have failed you. I have failed to create the perfect environment for you. And now you all move away and die as an old person in some condo in Florida.
First of all, I'm only 34, and I am never moving to Florida.
If you don't want to live in this house, no one else will. They'll tear it down. Condominiums will take over the world. Of permanence, there is nothing.
Well, that's true for a lot of things, isn't it? People aren't permanent.
Certainly not. I learned that when my father died of heart disease unexpectedly. The world just put them away.
I'm sorry.
It was a long time ago. Back when I was in my 20s. I didn't really know what to do, so I ran to Turkey. I sat on the shore of the Black Sea and watched as an enormous storm took over. It thrashed everything around, pulling down trees, everything in nature. The only thing that stood through it all were the buildings. The only thing of permanence. I stood before them and imagined I was looking up at Mount Olympus. That's only in Europe, I suppose. I drive around Los Angeles and nothing's the same as it was before. Buildings are always popping in and out. Permanence, there's nothing.
Look, I'm sorry about the house.
I came too late for you. Paige was here.
Yeah.
It never really was the building's fault, was it? It is you people who ruined everything. Man, nature did not take the McKinney house. Mankind did.
I'm sorry, I heard about that too.
I must get to my other house before it's too late.
Too late? What is there, like an earthquake or something?
God, I forgot about the earthquakes. Cursed California. No! It is you Angelinos who are worse! My houses need me. I am taking this picture. Goodbye, Vaquero House!
Well, let's get over there.
Still sleeping.
Sound as low.
Do you have anything to eat?
Ruben! What brings you to Holby Hills?
Obviously you, my dear. Have you eaten?
Oh, I just made popcorn, but it's all gone now.
Did you buy some new furniture?
Just an old grandfather clock. It's an antique from 18th century Russia.
I thought we said we were going for a more minimalist look.
Well, when you spend as much time here as I do, you like to have a few more things to look at.
Right. Have you eaten dinner yet?
It was more of a popcorn kind of night.
A kitchen like this, I thought you would enjoy a good feast every now and then.
If only I knew how to cook.
You can't cook.
No, I'm rotten at it. I don't have the time anyways.
What do you mean? You're retired. You have all the time in the world.
It's really not as easy as it looks.
How do you feed yourself?
I get takeout. Are you all right, Reuben? You seem a bit irate.
I built you this kitchen so that you would use it.
All right. Takeout it is then?
Don't you think it's it's unhealthy to eat fast food every night.
I didn't say anything about fast food. Eating food from a restaurant is just like eating food your friend made.
Does anyone else live here with you?
No, it's just me. I used to have a maid, Roberta. She would cook.
She used my kitchen.
Yes, she lived in the kitchen.
What were her thoughts? Did she appreciate it?
Oh, I don't know. I fired the woman. She didn't do a very good job. I was always having to remind her to vacuum my closet, and she kept on forgetting. Enough was enough, so I said, be gone.
I can tell you don't have a landscaper either.
Why would I need one? I don't go outside anymore.
You are what the Americans call a couch potato.
I would be, but I don't really have a couch in here. Just these two chairs. Not exactly a good living room design. Where am I supposed to lie down?
I didn't know you were a napper. I thought you would like to keep busy.
I've never been busy.
What was your job again, Jean?
I never worked.
Okay, maybe you never needed money, but did you ever aspire for anything?
Yes. To eat whatever I want and never get fat.
I mean, as a career, Jean, did you ever have any goals?
I suppose I used to want a dog?
What about a dream job?
Why would I dream about working? Did you go around in preschool talking about buildings?
I have always wanted to be an architect. I had to. Not for money, but to keep myself sane. Tell me, do you enjoy this world that I've built for you?
Yes, the house is fine. What about you, Reuben? Are you all right?
Do you ever leave your house to go to the grocery store?
I haven't been in about 2 weeks or so.
Not food, but you got at least 10 bottles of ranch dressing.
I like variety.
This is ridiculous. Let's have more in here. 11 bottles of ranch dressing! And this one here's from the George Bush administration!
Oh, that's not right. What do you look at that? At least it's George W. Bush and not George H.W. Bush.
This is disgusting. You have no food. You're all dressing and no meat.
Reuben, stop poking around.
You have to see the problem here, Jean.
All right. I'll go to the grocery store.
Thank you. When you come back, we can make sure. Is that freshly baked bread?
Hello? You're not Jean.
You notice that I'm not a 60-year-old woman with a keen observation.
Who are you? Jean doesn't have any friends.
I am Reuben Wolf, the architect of this house.
You're the Reuben Wolf? It's an honor to meet you, sir. Martin Schulman, president of the Holmby Hills Homeowners Association.
The HOA! So it was you who made us move back the fence.
I am sorry about that, but rules are rules. The fence had to stay where it was.
Jean lost 5 feet off her backyard. The whole operation cost us 10 grand.
I apologize, but let's not discuss business. Would you care for some freshly baked bread?
Did you bake that bread?
Yes, indeed.
Well, come on in.
This is not what I expected the inside of this house to look like. It's so upkept.
Yes, look. Mark, I need you to teach Jean how to cook.
Doesn't she have people for that?
No, she doesn't. No. You can obviously work your way around the kitchen. Perhaps if Jean could figure out how to use hers, she would appreciate it.
This is a nice kitchen, but I have no intention of teaching Jean how to cook. I only brought this bread over so I could convince her to cut down her dead trees. She has Christmas lights still up in one of them. It's an embarrassment to the neighborhood.
That is nothing for you to worry about. Soon this whole place will be a junkyard. Jean will move out and they'll tear it all down.
Jean's moving.
Yes, in just a couple of weeks, this whole place will be overrun with weeds.
Please. Jean has enough weeds in her yard to fill the produce section of a grocery store. I just don't understand why she didn't tell me she was moving. You live a across from somebody for 20 years, and you never really know them.
Yes, well now you know how I feel. The only difference is it's my house she's selling.
Oh God, they're gonna tear the place down and they're gonna build one of those ugly new construction houses. It's made of white stone and brick. I'm not gonna get sleep for months. There'll be no parking because all the construction workers are just gonna throw their food everywhere. It'll be a mess.
You'll have to look at it.
I'll hear it.
I'll tell you what. If Jean doesn't move out, none of this will happen.
That's the part I wouldn't mind. I'd never have to see Jean again.
Martin, there are people a lot worse than Jean.
There is nothing worse than a neighbor who neglects their yard. If I wanted to sell my house, people would be bothered because they have to look at Jean's house. Not the house. The house is exquisite. An architectural Van Gogh. It's the yard that's bad.
It didn't always used to be like this. There's something up with Jean. A person's yard reflects their state of mind. If it's neat, they're fine. If it looks like Jean's,
You don't think Jean is on the brink of suicide, do you?
she just doesn't know what to do with her life.
Oh my God, this is horrible. Do you know what the value of this neighborhood would become if Jean killed herself?
No!
Oh God, I'm such a horrible neighbor. Oh, I've been yelling at her about cutting down her dead trees. I sent a letter to everyone in the neighborhood saying her house looked like an industrial site.
That was you!
It was like I was living across from IKEA. They were so bright and they were blinking at me.
That letter was brutal.
They were blinking at me!
Right. Okay, there's gotta be some way you can make it up to Jean.
Yes, please, I'll do anything.
We've gotta convince her not to move. Listen, this kitchen is one of a kind. If Jean could come to love it, she won't want to leave.
I'll teach her how to cook. It's no problem.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and while it's cooking, you distract her, and I'll go out and mow her yard, and I'll even call someone to cut down her trees.
What? No, that is not part of the plan.
What? You said she's depressed because of her yard, so I'll clean it up for her. Then I won't have to look at a jungle anymore. Problem solved.
Martin!
You will not believe this woman at the grocery store. I was in line, and she tried telling me that I cut in front of her, and I wouldn't move. So she just started screeching until... Martin?
Hello, Jeannie.
How did you get in here?
I invited him. He's going to teach you how to cook.
Martin doesn't know how to make schnitzel.
Yes, I do. I'm here to help.
I don't believe this. Martin, what do you want?
I'm being neighborly.
No, is this another one of your pathetic attempts to get me to cut down the trees?
No, I've come to like your trees. They look like they're from a Tim Burton movie. They're a nice touch to your graveyard.
Oh no, you brought over bread again. This is your dead tree bread.
There is nothing dead in this bread. I baked it this morning. And now it's cold. I'll put it in the oven.
So, what are we making?
Schnitzel. Where's the pork?
Oh, I don't have any. I do have some corn dogs in the freezer. We could use those.
Corn dogs? Why on earth would you use corn dogs?
You know, when you don't have the right ingredients for certain recipes, you make substitutions. Like if you don't have white sugar, you use brown sugar or flour.
Oh, Jean, that is disgusting. Let's just make something else.
Go make pizza, you Americans.
I like that idea.
No. If you wanted a pizza, you could just order one. Let's make lasagna.
Fine, we'll make lasagna.
So, Reuben, are you working on anything?
Yeah, Reuben, come help with the lasagna.
I have a few ongoing projects waiting for approval.
Like what?
Well, they're similar to my signature box style, but with additional integrations to the outdoors. I've designed it so that some of the rooms are completely outside.
Oh, like a patio.
No, a room with only one wall to the inside.
Isn't that just outside?
Partly, yes.
So it's a patio.
No. A patio is something someone else designed. This outdoor room is completely my own architectural design.
Doesn't sound like there's much architecture going on with only one wall.
Don't question the architect, Martin. Reuben is a brilliant man. I'm sure whatever he comes up with will be marvelous.
I'm just saying because I'm a fan of his work. It's an honor to have one of your homes built into Homeby Hills.
Yes, I have a house not too far from here. The Walshes. Do you know them?
Oh, no, I don't get out much.
Oh, the Walshes. They're on vacation so much it's like they don't even live there.
They don't live in their house.
Not really. I go over sometimes to water their plants for them.
Oh. I see.
Oh, hey, you know, Reuben, if you're not ever doing anything, I've always wanted a pool house. Think you could come up with something? You know, as long as it has 4 walls.
Sure. Pool house.
Gene. And then you put it in the oven. Do you know how to work the oven, Gene?
What are you doing? You're letting cheese all over the place.
What are you talking about?
There! And there! It's falling over the sides!
Oh, that's old cheese. That's not from lasagna.
You have old cheese melted into your oven.
I never used my oven. I forgot it was there.
Okay, Martin, take out the lasagna. You've got to clean Jean's oven.
No, you can't do that. The oven's already hot. We'll clean it after.
Oh my god. Jean, how can you live like this?
What's it to you, huh? You say you're a busy man. Well, what are you doing over here obsessing about what I'm doing?
I'm not busy at all, actually. I can't find a single builder to buy one of my designs. Me, an architectural genius, can't even do the simplest thing. I've gotten old. People in the industry are not taking me seriously anymore. They say I'm delirious. Do you think I'm delirious?
Not at all.
You're a little eccentric.
Eccentric. Big Bird is eccentric. I am a professional.
Oh, I would not call you that. I don't have executives from my family bath salt company waltzing into the house whenever they want to.
Oh, am I intruding?
You know, Reuben, you could stay in my house whenever you like.
The only reason I came to visit you, Jean, is because I noticed you were moving out of the house. I wanted to come see how you were doing.
Yeah, were you gonna tell me about that, or were you just planning on vanishing?
All right, yes. I'm selling the house. I didn't think it was anyone's business or that anyone would care.
Of course I care, Jean. I'm your architect. I built this house for you, and if it is not to your satisfaction, I want to fix it.
And as your neighbor and the president of the HOA, I'd like to be in the know. I don't want a new construction house going up across from me. I won't get sleep. There'll be no parking on the street because of the construction workers. This affects me. It affects everyone.
Okay. I get it. I can see you're angry. I'm sorry. Can we do this over email? I prefer to avoid face-to-face conflict at all costs.
You haven't responded to my last 4 emails about cutting down your dead trees.
Oh, I knew you would hear about those trees, Martin. Well, guess what? I'm not cutting them down. Ever.
You lorax!
Oh, that's right. I speak for the trees.
Your trees are going down!
Oh, yeah, sue me!
What does that smell?
My bread. It's burning!
Oh, my God. Martin, are you trying to burn down my house?
Of course not! I spent all morning baking this bread.
All right, that's it. Get out. You're not helping anymore.
Fine. But I'm leaving my bread. Now it's as dead as your trees. I'll take you down, Gene. Just you wait.
God. At least I don't have to deal with him anymore.
I don't understand, Jean. Why did you decide to leave?
Do you remember me 20 years ago?
I remember when you first moved into the house, yes.
I was alone then. Walking into this big house, I had a lot of big dreams. I wanted a family, a husband, maybe a dog. 20 years later, I am still alone, and all the empty spaces remind me of what is missing.
Well, I can get you a dog. What kind do you want? I think the golden retriever is just adorable.
I need to downsize, Reuben.
Well, okay, I can get you what you want.
No, I need to move into a smaller house. My life isn't as big as I thought it would be. I don't have a family. I don't need a big kitchen. This house isn't right for me.
Then we will make you right for it. So you want a family? Well, there are adoption agencies. You say you want a husband. Well, there are no husband orphanages, but have you tried dating apps? Have you been to a baseball game? The stadiums are filled with men.
No, it's too late for all of that. I can't change who I am, certainly not for a house. I know it was 20 years ago, but why did you leave?
I was not ready for a relationship back then. I had such big dreams, and I had to give myself over to my work.
I've never felt that about anything.
My houses are like my children.
What about the people who live in them?
For a long time, I was so close with them. Every homeowner was a dear friend to me. Now so many of them have moved away. When I go to visit, there are strange people living there who want nothing to do with me. I used to know everyone in Los Angeles. And now I go places and people do not know my name.
Reuben, I want you to know that my moving out is not your fault. And for anyone else moving out. People don't like to stay in the same place forever. It's nothing you can change.
I'm an architect. I change landscapes. The world was built one way and I change it to something else. I do it all the time.
You can't control people, Reuben.
If I did, everyone would live in a Reuben Wolf house. No one's lives would be boring.
My life is very boring. I just sit here and watch TV and eat.
Is it the ceilings? Are they too low? Are there not enough windows? What about the paint color? Is the off-white too bland? Did you change the paint color?
Everything is as you left it. I didn't change a thing.
Then what is it? What is wrong?
It's me. I'm wrong for this house.
Jean, this house is special to me, not because I built it, but because it reminds me of you. Your shadow is in every aspect of this place. A part of you will always be here, just as a part of me will always be here. How did I fail to heal you?
That was not your job to heal me. You built a good house.
Do you know what they will do to this house if you leave? They will tear it down. It's too old for this neighborhood. They'll build a new construction, just like Martin said.
Reuben, I didn't know it would upset you this much. I thought you had hundreds of houses and we're building hundreds more.
No. No, Jean, my career is in the sinkhole. All there is to do now is preserve my legacy, but they're tearing down my houses left and right.
It's terrible. I'm sorry for your loss.
I thought I could change this world. And I did. I made it into a whole new place. Now it's all fading away.
Hello, hello.
So good to see you.
It's a glorious day.
Martin, what are you harping about? Did you read my mail again?
No. Stop sending telemarketers my address. No, that's not it. This is good news. And the news is, I'm going to buy the house.
Oh, yes! The glorious day it is! My house is safe!
I'm dead serious. Dead serious that those dead trees are coming down!
What do you need this house for?
It'll be my guest house. It's way nicer than a pool house. Oh, you're mad, aren't you? I can see that you are. You know, you have this huge vein that just bulges on your forehead when you are irate.
Reuben, you need to look at that vein.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you for saving my house.
Oh, it's no problem. I was always a patron of the arts. These chairs are gonna have to go, though.
You do not like my chairs. I handpicked them myself. They're famous. They were in magazines. They define mid-century furniture.
No. They're dated. And they just won't do.
Martin, they're classic.
I'm not keeping them.
I'll take them. They're hard and scratchy, but I'll take them.
When I'm done with this place, it'll be completely unrecognizable.
Wait, what do you mean when you say unrecognizable?
Everything about this place says Jean. I don't want people coming here and thinking of Jean. She's dead to me.
I am right here.
What are you planning on doing exactly? Painting. I see.
Yes.
This place could use repainting. I'll have somebody fetch off white paper.
Oh, no. I was thinking more yellow.
Yeah!
Yeah, yellow. I think it'll brighten up the place. Just a little bit.
Who wants to live in a black cubed house?
That is so depressing.
My houses are not depressing!
I mean, look at Jean. She's a shifter.
Hello, I am right here.
Martin, I don't think you understand how this house works. It is designed to cure the you living here, the neurosis. People can feel so trapped inside of themselves, so unwilling to open themselves up to others. This house literally opens people up by having windows that open to the outdoors. It has features that break the barriers between inside and outside. It's like these beams that go in and out. It is a freeing space with an open floor plan.
Yeah, that's nice. Except that whole part about curing the neuroses sounds a bit fishy to me. Have you gotten a PhD in psychology? Environmental psychology?
No, I studied architecture in Germany.
Did you get a PhD in architecture?
No.
So it sounds like you're not a doctor on paper either. So how did you become so well versed in environmental psychology?
It is all from my own experience. I grew up in a very small apartment in Berlin. My parents could not afford toys, so I didn't have anything to do most of the time. I spent many of my days looking out the window. I felt so trapped inside my small, rigid apartment. And I started dreaming of new shapes.
That is a great story. But it sounds like you are just an architect to me.
I hold a deep understanding of how my clients operate in their day-to-day lives. Their needs, their desires.
Did you understand me? Because I've never been a person who wants a good kitchen. I like to kick back and relax, and I don't even have a couch in here.
You didn't buy a couch after 20 years?
I did at one point. Then Ruben visited and made me feel bad about it. He's always coming here, and if I change any little thing, he flips out. He's always here. He always notices. Well, I can't take it anymore. I'm moving out. Martin, for the next 20 years or until you die, he'll pester you. Pester and pester. Well, I can't take it anymore. Thanks to you, Martin, I've broken out of Reuben's cube. See yourself out.
Thank God she's finally gone. Now I can measure where I want to put things. And it's a good thing I brought my tape measure. Here, take this end and walk over there.
Remeasure.
I want to put new floors in. This terrazzo is so dated.
You're taking out my terrazzo.
That's what I said. But I wasn't finished measuring.
No one takes out my terrazzo.
Don't worry, I'll find someone who can.
No one takes out my terrazzo!
Look, it's my house. I can do what I like with it.
This house will never be yours.
Actually, it is. It's option pending.
No, it is not right for you. You're wrong for this house.
Hey, Reuben, just take it easy.
It is not right for you. Move somewhere else.
What? I'm not good enough for this house?
Precisely.
Well, I'm sorry, but there are no other prospective buyers. It's me or the builders. You want me? The builders will tear you down.
You are tearing it out from the inside.
I'm keeping with the architectural integrity.
People are ruining my vision. Evil little man.
Look! I was just being nice earlier to piss off Jean. I don't actually care about your work. I only bought this house because I hate Jean, and Jean hates you.
Jean doesn't hate me. We disagree sometimes, yes, but we are good friends. You just cannot appreciate my work because you're so ordinary. I cannot expect a person such as yourself to appreciate greatness.
No one has even heard of you before. You're not some great architect. This house is a steal because it's cheap.
I am a great architect. The greatest of all. I have one house left. One house. You will regret this, Mari. You all. You'll see. You'll see!
On again?
What was it that you liked there?
I don't remember what I ordered. It was good though. What did you get?
Becca, to be honest, I don't like being vegan.
Oh, thank heavens, I hated it. I'm sorry.
You do?
Yeah. I've been leaving in the middle of the night to go to In-N-Out Burger while you were sleeping.
I've been going to McDonald's, but I thought you loved being vegan.
No, it was awful. I should have never listened to Ruben.
Ruben told you to go vegan?
Yeah, he said everyone in LA was doing it, like going vegan would cleanse our souls. What nonsense.
He does come off as someone your diet, when he's in turn a complete lunatic. I only did it because you seemed so passionate about it.
No. I listened to Ruben about a lot of things. When we moved here from London, he was the only person I knew in LA, so I assumed he was in the know. I just wanted to fit in here.
No, Ruben is German.
That's right. He did say he grew up in Berlin. He's not like the Angelinos at all.
No, Ruben is a bit odd, isn't he? He walks around acting like a doctor. Well, I'll tell you what, he looks like a penguin to me.
Oh, stop it. He's old. He likes to dress up.
But the way he talks to us, it's strange. I'd sit there half thinking he was going to pull out a stethoscope talking about our feelings.
He's
I'm not
obsessive.
depressed.
No, I don't get that at all.
See, I'm a grown man. A grown man! And what's he going off about, talking about our new roses? Ugh. I can't wait to move to the Bay Area. I'll die happy if I never have to see him again. If he comes in here one more time, I'll hit him over the head with those terrible lights he put in here.
Shh. He could be in here.
What are we supposed to do about it? I tried going to the locksmiths, but they won't change our locks. Ruben's got those locksmiths under a lock.
He's not going to steal anything.
He's stealing my time. I like to be alone in my home with my wife.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think there's more to Ruben that we don't know. That's all.
I hired somebody to follow him around. A private investigator.
A PI? Jesus, Everett, just because we moved to LA doesn't mean we're in the Chinatown film.
The man is broke. He's living in his car and sleeping outside of his houses. He only sleeps for 4 hours a night, then he's off. He's stalking the residents, following where they're going, when they leave their houses. He goes to fields in the middle of nowhere to draw, then He goes in and out of builders' offices and comes out empty-handed.
He's a sad old man. He's not a threat.
I think he's a spy is what he is. Yeah, he knows I own a web browser. He's probably got secret passageways in the walls to write down what we're saying.
Everett, it's the 21st century. He would record it, not write it down.
Shh. I think I hear something. Hey! I know you're in there. I can hear you scribbling.
I was only kidding.
Right. I was joking too. Don't laugh. It's just, when he's here, you hang on to every word he says. It's like you take what he says more seriously than what I say.
Are you jealous?
No. Remember that one time I said we should start going on couple runs?
Reuben suggested that.
Well, I said we should start running first, and you weren't interested. Then when Reuben said it, you were all for it.
That was a terrible idea. Running?
Yeah, that was miserable.
We can't be one of those healthy, vegan, adventurous outdoor couples.
Certainly not. But hey, we got all new furniture, new lights. We can go back to being ourselves. Let's go upstairs. The neighbors can see us through the window.
I despise those windows.
Hello? Becca? Everett? This place is not mine at all. What happened to all the furniture I picked up? Change the light bulbs. They were soft yellow. Why is the window closed? Open.
Hey! Who's in there? Who's in here? Reuben. What happened to the window? Reuben! Get out of my house! Get out! Get out!
Everett, put that down! Reuben, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to visit.
It's the middle of the night and we didn't let you in.
Well, it's my house. I have the key.
No. You broke our window.
What? Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to open it.
It's not yours to open.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I just wanted to open you to the outdoors, the outside world. You people will never change your perspective. Never listen to others. Try new ways of life.
You broke our window.
I will fix it. But I cannot fix you.
What do you mean, fix us?
Can we sit? Please. Do you guys get up?
Why are you here?
Everett, let him talk.
Yes, let me open the window.
No, don't. You're going to get glass everywhere. I mean...
You not like the window open?
No, we don't like to open that window. It gets stuck and it won't close.
It's true. For a week, we had to sleep with the wall open. All kinds of animals got in here, and not to mention, it was unbelievably hot.
I told you they have air conditioning in America for a reason.
Oh, no, I do not put air conditioning in any of my homes. I believe breathing in artificial air creates a negative mindset.
Yeah, typical.
We didn't have AC in London.
This is news to me. I haven't heard anyone complaining it's too hot. There is never bad weather in Los Angeles.
This is beautiful. This place is suffocating without the air. It's the walls, the floors, the windows.
I do not follow.
We ordered this house from you, but it was not what we ordered.
And what did you order exactly?
I couldn't order anything. Every time I tried to talk to you about it, you weren't available to discuss our ideas.
Was that so? Well, I'm a very busy architect, you know.
I don't think architect is what they call people who destroy windows.
I will fix it.
Reuben, it was grand seeing you, but we have guests coming
What? Guess over to do what?
to have drinks.
Oh, sounds wonderful. I have a gin and tonic.
I don't think we have a gin and tonic.
You don't have gin.
I don't think so, no.
Well, I'll go take a look.
He's not getting it.
Who's coming over?
No one. I said that so he would leave.
Well, why did you let him go to the wet bar?
I wasn't offering him a drink.
Becca, you need to be pushier. Say it outright. Tell him with your chest. Tell him to leave.
Well, you could have helped out a little.
Are you aware that there are drink rings on the wet bar? Why is no one using coasters?
I've told him to leave more than once.
I know. What are we supposed to do?
Where are the coasters?
They're under the sink, Reuben!
Shh. When he comes in here again, I'll grab him by the collar and throw him out.
You'll do no such thing. We can't treat him like that.
Shh. I don't see him at the wet bar.
What?
Shh. I think he's poking around upstairs.
I don't hear anything.
Who does he think he is wandering around our house?
Everett, I really don't hear anything. I think he left.
Where would he go? The door's in here.
Maybe he went out the back door.
Then he could be doing laps in our pool. He could be swinging from the balcony for all we know. Or he could be listening to every word we say.
I'm sick of this place. It's made me, you, so paranoid. It's those giant windows. I feel like someone is always watching us.
I thought it was just me.
No. I think Reuben has this place all wrong. I don't think we'll feel at peace if we feel like we're outdoors. All the windows have broken the barriers. Is the PI just for Reuben?
Of course. Who else would I be watching?
I've noticed someone following me. A man in a Chevy.
Becca, don't be ridiculous. Lots of people drive Chevys. They're everywhere like ants.
I'm not crazy.
No, there's not anyone following you. It's probably just Reuben. You know, he's freaked you out. You never know when he's going to come in. I mean, I can see why you feel that way.
I've heard you talking to him. Or someone on the phone about me. Where I'm going, what I'm doing, who I'm with.
That was me talking to your mother. Seriously, Becca, I don't know what you're going on about.
You don't trust anyone. Not me, no one.
Of course I trust you. You're my wife.
I called the PI. Richard Collins.
I was only doing it to protect you.
You were going behind my back.
Bex, I think you're taking this the wrong way.
Don't
I mean,
call me Bex.
Not to worry, I found your gin. It's a bit cheap for my taste. I'll have to set you up with some dinners. I have a lot of connections in the wine country.
put the glass down. You need to go.
Look, I'm sorry if I intruded. This whole thing is a misunderstanding. In fact, I was thinking about how you're moving just now. I cannot expect you to live here forever. You were a young couple. This is your starter house, am I correct? People in the architecture scene have been calling me a bit of a square recently. I believe this is a dig at me now, not an observation that my house is a cube shape. For you, I'm willing to bend into new shapes and create something no one has ever seen before. Have you perhaps heard of a dodecahedron? It has 12 faces while a cube only has 6.
No. No, we don't want to live in a golf ball.
A golf ball is a sphere, my boy.
We don't want you building our house or touching our lives ever again. Don't you understand? We're not interested. Please leave.
I really have held you, haven't I?
Reuben, just go.
We're moving because I got a new job. But we seriously cannot stand this house.
Don't say we.
Divine Costas. What is it? Really? What are you doing?
Tom, he told me you would be here, that you were unwell.
Tom is a realtor. They lie.
What are you doing here, Reuben?
I'm visiting my residence.
I'm so sorry. Come, Reuben, let's go.
Go where? To your new house.
Reuben.
I went to the Capulan house. You weren't there.
No.
You moved. No, you didn't move. You're going to lie to me.
Yes, I moved.
And you didn't think to tell me.
I'm sorry. I knew you would react this way. I knew that it would crush you.
It is not you who is going to crush me. It is the builders.
Perhaps we should give you two some space.
Perhaps they should leave.
These people, they are leaving. This house you're standing in will be demolished. I will be gone, wiped off the face of this earth that I've devoted my life to change.
Reuben, you're being a little drastic. I mean, just because those people
No one
leave-
else is meant to live here. This house was built for them. The Capulan house was built for you. That is why it is the Capulan house. It will never be called anything else.
How is it called the Capulan house? All you ever do is make cubes. You can't put people in boxes.
Exactly! Who is this woman?
My ex-fiancée, Lily Capulan, one of the most famous actresses in all the world.
Reuben, these people don't know who I am. These young people don't know, don't you see?
You're right. I don't. Why are you in my house?
Everett, can I talk to you in the other room?
The people in this town don't know us. The world isn't the same anymore. You can't keep trying to shape it back to how it was.
Back when we were together. The window walls, where we get lost in who we are and project our wishes, our desires.
Were you looking for me?
I've always been looking for you. When I heard you had gone, I went to look for you. In every house I've ever built, there is a piece of you. In the Vicara house, there is your sociability. In the Jean house, your hospitality. And here, your openness. When that is destroyed,
It is gone. It has been gone.
you cannot possibly mean that. You cannot forget.
You're projecting. You're projecting onto these people like you project onto the windows. You decide what they need based on what you want.
Based on you.
Exactly. What about them? You cannot control people. You cannot chase after them.
Why did you come after me?
Tom told me that you were unraveling. And I knew it was because of me and how I didn't tell you about selling the house. And I feel horrible, Reuben, but you must know that it wasn't because of you.
You changed too. The house didn't adapt. It fell apart. Now it must be destroyed. Because that is the only solution in the city. Tear down and move on.
You must move on.
I cannot move on. Lily. You must understand, if I do, I lose everything. I lose you.
I do not love you anymore. You know this. You do not love me still, do you?
From the floor to the ceiling, it was all you.
But I still care for you. You must not be destroyed.
It's too late.
That house used to mean everything to me. You know that. I quit acting so I could build that house. It was what I always wanted.
That was the problem, wasn't it? You quit acting. Foolish decision. Also, you could build some dream house. You were building the wrong dream.
Yes, I know that now.
You came to me. I wanted to build you a new world, but I ended up taking you away from the real world.
It was a harsh world. I needed that. I loved that house, the house on the cover of all the magazines.
I just wanted to help.
I know.
I wanted to help all of those people.
I know.
It's too late for me. It's too late now. You should be acting.
It's too late for me too. I can't get any roles. They're all grandmother roles,
But they're out there, aren't they?
I suppose.
Tom Tompkins, this horrible realtor, is trying to get me to build a planned community.
You have work?
It's not good work. Could you imagine it? A place where everyone lives in the same house. A place where everyone is the same.
Well, do you get to say what the houses look like?
What?
He's letting you design them, isn't he?
Yes.
So then I take it.
Are you mad?
Well, imagine it. Instead of one house here and there, you've got the whole neighborhood.
I suppose that's true.
So do it. Take over the world.
The world. You want me to design the whole world.
Well, I know that's a little ambitious. Let's start with a neighborhood.
But I have to ask what the point of all this is, Lily, if I can't help people.
So design what you want. Design a house for yourself.
That's what I should do, isn't it? Because no matter how hard I've tried, I will never understand people. Because you never saw yourself in the Capulan house, did you?
I was as close to it as I was in the airport.
I guess I'll start building airports then. Good night, Lily.
Thank you. Thank you for coming to the Capital Open House.
I want to do it. I was thinking about it and I drew up some designs.
You realize every house will look like this one?
Yes. I was against it at first, this blatant uniformity. I've turned it over and over in my mind. How do I create the perfect house that fulfills the desires of each resident? And then I realized people want nothing more than to be accepted in the community. To be treated as equals, to fit in, to matter.
Are these houses
Dodecahedrons? Yes.
how peculiar?
I know, it's genius.
Genius who built a colony or not.
I would be honored to build one.
Okay, well, too bad because nobody wants to live there. Listen, Reuben, just make something regular, like I was asking you to.
You know what it means for me to build something that is not a cube.
Yes.
These dodecahedrons will make people feel like they're living in their own world. Because that's all people like to do anyways, live in their own world, and they're never become curious about anyone else's.
People have been living in regular houses since the beginning of time. Rectangular houses with the pointy roofs.
I was hoping you would go for the dodecahedron. Now I realize I have no son.
Yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. We'll go with these.
Really?
Yes, Reuben, you wanted to change architecture. This is how you're going to do it. Soon there'll be planned communities all over the world that will look just like this one, but you, Reuben, you were the first.
The first of many copies.
Now this is genius.
People like copies. Nobody can stand to be original. No one wants to be different.
Right you are.
Each house will be a cookie cutter. The shadow of the next.
Soon there'll be houses all over the world that will look just like this one.
I brought the fall of art.
No, you have brought the future of architecture.
At least I'll make millions.
Oh, isn't this great? Let's go meet my friend.
Millions of nothing! Millions of houses that will not last. No, I will not do it.
What?
You heard me, Tom. You cannot have these treacherous, generic designs. You will never sell one of my houses again. Not you. Not the builders will put me in a box and tell me what I cannot design. I will design my boxes.